Hello and a very warm welcome to Cognito Key. Today, we're going to dive into a really powerful tool that top organizations use to build a blueprint for professional success. It's called competency mapping.
Have you ever stopped to think about it? What is it that separates someone who's just good at their job from someone who is truly exceptional? Is it only about their skills, or is there something more to it? Well, that's the big question that competency mapping really helps us answer.
So here's what we've got lined up. First, we'll define what competency mapping actually is. Then we'll clear up a really crucial difference between competence and competency. We'll also cover why it matters so much, walk you through the process step by step, and finally, see how it all comes together to align people with the company's biggest goals. Let's get started with the basics.
All right, first things first, what exactly are we talking about when we say competency mapping? Let's get a nice, clear definition.
At its heart, competency mapping is really a strategic process. It's about looking at a job, or even the whole company, and asking, what are the absolute essential ingredients for success right here? It's not just about what a person knows, but also the skills they have and, crucially, the abilities they show to get the job done really, really well.
And this isn't some new trend. The idea has been around for a while. It was actually first thought of way back in 1970 by David C. McClelland at Harvard. He wanted to find a better way to predict who would be great at a job beyond just the usual tests.
Now let's tackle something that is absolutely key to understanding all of this. There are two words that sound super similar, but they mean very different things. We're talking about competence versus competency. This breaks it down so perfectly. Competence is the what? It's the skill itself. Can you code? Can you create a spreadsheet? That's competence. But competency, that's the how. How do you use that skill? Are you a great team player when you code? Are you clear and communicative when you present that spreadsheet? It's all about the behavior. So here's the key takeaway. Competency is what we can actually see and observe in the workplace. It's your attitude, your unique way of doing things. It's your knowledge and skills put into action. Okay, so we know what it is. But why should a business actually invest its time and money into this? What's the real-world benefit?
Well, the reasons are pretty strong. First off, hiring people is expensive, and making that hire is even more costly. This process helps avoid that. It also makes sure your best people are in the most important roles, where they can have the biggest impact. It's about putting the right person in the right job. And it helps you keep your star players by showing them a clear path to grow within the company.
And this really shows the beauty of it. It's a win-win situation. By finding and fixing any gaps in skills or behaviors, you help each person grow in their career. And when every person is growing and performing better, the whole organization gets stronger. It creates this wonderful cycle of improvement.
Now for the fun part. How does a company actually do this? Let's walk through the main stages of the process.
It's a pretty logical four-step journey. Step 1 is job analysis, where you basically talk to the star performers to figure out what makes them successful. Step 2, you use that information to write a job description that's not just about tasks, but about how to succeed. Step 3 is the mapping itself, where you see how the current team measures up to that ideal. And finally, Step 4 is training and development. You find the gaps and give people the exact training they need to grow.
This brings us to the final and maybe the most important piece of the whole puzzle. What is the ultimate goal of doing all this work? This quote just says it all, doesn't it? The real magic of competency mapping is creating that straight line between what one person does every day and what the company is trying to achieve as a whole. It just makes sure everyone is pulling in the same direction. It takes that big, sometimes abstract company mission and turns it into real, concrete actions for every single person. And when what the company needs and what its people do best are perfectly in sync, that's when incredible things happen. So as we wrap up, I want to leave you with a question to think about for yourself. Whether you're leading a team or just managing your own career path, what is the one key competency, that how you do things, that you need to focus on developing right now for your own success? I really hope this explainer gave you a clear blueprint for success. If you found it valuable, please do like, share, and subscribe to Cognito Key for more insights to unlock your potential. Thank you so much for watching.